everyone, it's me Alex and welcome to a brand new video. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to set up for the first time your Samsung Smart Signage display. So this is the Samsung DC32E. This video is focused for any smart signage display. All of the steps may vary depending now for newer models, because of course the newer models got smarter and they have 4K and all that stuff, and the setting screens would look different. And this video is also an introduction video, so I'm going to explain everything step by step and how to set this up for your store or for your business. But before we get started, how to new here, my name is Alex. I do helpful technology videos, so make sure to hit the subscribe button. It's going to help my channel grow. Thank you. So let's get started with the video. So right now I am on the welcome screen. This is the first time turning on this display. So the settings are, you're going to see the same screen no matter what smart signage display you turn on, because you first need to set it up before you can start connecting your devices or use Magic Info. So I am going to be using my Smart Signage remote. This remote actually came with this display. So this is the actual remote for the display, and this is the first screen we're going to get when you turn it on. So firstly is going to be your language, of course. So to navigate your language or English, for example, you need Spanish or French, you would just go down here and use these arrows. So we're going to use these arrows right here to navigate anything right now during the setup process and for future settings in the display. And this is the select button. And if you need to go back to any setting, it would be the return. So these are the buttons I'm going to be using to set up this display right now. So for example, if you need another language, you would just navigate down and it's going to change in Spanish. Or if you need to go one more, French, it would go to French right there. So for me, I'm going to use English, and you can see by default, it is already checked English. So we can either press select, or if you want to move down to the arrow to the right, we just click on right and next. The first thing it's going to ask you is if you're using a DC32E, this will be exactly the same screen, or if you have another smart signage display, again, that will vary. But the first thing it's going to ask is configure your TV. So what are you going to use on this display? As you can see right now, it's asking by default. This is the first time setting this up, so the setting screens you see right now will match your display. So channel source, it says set-top box. So if you want to collect like a cable box and stuff like that, or you can use antenna, like a physical antenna you can connect to the back of the TV. Or no TV, let's say you're going to connect your PC, or use Magic Info. So set-top box will allow you to connect your cable box, for example, a Spectrum box, DirecTV box, a Dish box, or anything like that, or a smart signage player. And then you're going to plug it into the back of the TV. And then let's say, for example, you're not going to use HDMI 1, you might use VGA, PC, DVI, component. Right now they are grayed off for me because I don't have a source connected, so that's why it's grayed off. For example, if I was going to plug it on 2, HDMI 2. So as you can see, it's asking you right there. There is no device connected, so please turn it on. But for me, I'm just going to go ahead and set HDMI 1, but I'm not going to use set-top box. Let's just say we're going to use this for signage only. I'm not going to use this for watching TV like sports and stuff like that for my business. I'm going to put slideshows of stuff or menus, pictures of what you do, and stuff like that. So we're going to go up and select no TV, signage only. When you do that, it's going to remove all those settings, because when you do signage, you can plug in anything you want or just use a USB stick. Or if you choose antenna, let's say you are going to show live TV, but your business doesn't have like a cable box subscription for DirecTV, Spectrum, or stuff like that. You just plug in a normal antenna cable to the back of the TV and tie that in. And then right now when you click on next, it's going to ask you to scan for channels, because you do need to scan for channels in order to view channels on the TV. But I don't have an antenna either, so we're going to go ahead and just use signage only. When you're there, we're going to click on right and next. So network settings, this one is more for advanced digital signage. So this one does include Magic Info Lite, but not the more advanced version of Magic Info. So this is if you want to go ahead and use your Magic Info hub or your servers to do stuff like that. If you're a small business and just want to play videos off a USB stick, a PC, you don't need network. So, and if you can click on this, and there is a wireless option, but this version does require a wireless LAN adapter for wireless, and which I don't have. So you might be thinking, well, I can't skip because I don't have a wired connection. You could plug this in for wired. Technically it would work, because it could allow you to set the date and time automatically, daylight savings times and stuff like that. But I'm not going to use network on this display, so I'm just going to click on next. It's going to ask you, are you sure network connection is required for all features of this device? For example, for Magic Info, because we selected Magic Info as our default player. But I'm going to go ahead and select skip. It doesn't stop you from setting up the display. So clock set, this is a very important one, regardless if you're just going to show a direct HDMI connection, or if you actually are using the USB stick or a USB port on the back to play your videos. This is an important step because it'll allow other functions like automatically turn on at 7 a.m., automatically turn off at 8 p.m., and turn on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and etc. So this is a good thing to set. And also, if you are going to use Magic Info or Magic Info Lite for this display, you are going to need the clock. So make sure to set it right here. Or if you don't want to set the clock, you could always set it up later and just click on next. But I'm going to go ahead and set it up right now. So we're going to click on date. And let's go ahead and take a look for today's date. It is June 27, 2026. And the time is not 12 a.m. It is 12:29. 29. Oh, it's not working. Sorry about that. 29 p.m. So to set the date and time on your remote right here, it's actually very easy, especially because smart signage displays always come with an old looking Samsung remote because you could have numbers and a lot of more functions. So when you're going to click on date, you could either, it's asking you to use the arrows, so you could just use the up and down arrows, or actually plug in the physical date using the keypad. So for example, let's say January, it changed it right there. You would set the date 5/2026, and it just changes it right there. And so for the time, for example, you don't have to actually go up and look for the time. You could just plug it in using the time right here. Let's say 9 or 8 a.m., 12 or 29 p.m. And then there we go. It's set just like that. And then you can click on next. So let me go ahead and go back actually and set the correct date and time because I want to show you some functions here to get you all set up for your business. So it is June 27, 2026 and 12:30 p.m. There we go. Actually, it just changed. So let's go ahead and do that. And then once you set the date and time, we're going to click on right and select next. Congratulations, setup is complete. So now setup is complete and you're ready to get started. Press on OK. Eco sensor is on. The TV screen brightness will change automatically as the brightness in your room changes. So this is default and always on normal Samsung smart signage displays. The TV or the display does have a sensor right here near where the IR blaster is, or IR sensor for the remote, which, for example, if it's dark in your, like let's say it's dark for your room, this display will also dim to that brightness. So let's go ahead and get started here on the main smart signage display. The first thing you're going to do is, because we did select no cable box or nothing, we can go ahead and select our source. So for example, let's say we have HDMI 1. We would click on source, HDMI 1. And it is grayed off for me right now because I don't have an actual source connected. And as you can see right now through the video, the display is very dim. You could actually see me through the screen. That is very dim because Eco Sensor is on. Let's just say regardless of what you do, you don't want Eco Sensor on. We can press on menu. And there are a few options. There's picture mode. You can just change it to another picture mode and it's bright now. Or let's just say you like standard, but you just don't want the Eco Sensor. We click on standard and we're gonna go down to system, Eco Solution, Eco Sensor, and select off. So now the display is not going to dim with the color in your room. So for example, let's go back to TV where I have those graphics. It's bright again. It is no longer dark. So that was pretty much it. That is how to first time set up your Samsung Smart Signage display. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to play videos on Magic Info Lite using a USB stick. So this can be for menus, pictures of what you do, haircuts or stuff like that on your display, and have it automatically turn on and off to your time that you set on the display. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and please, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time in my next video. Bye!